wanted to get in the Army ever since I was big enough to, I guess, remember anything. And Daddy took me up there when I was 17. And the old recruiter, he said, well, he said, I'm sorry, but said they've stopped you 17-year-olds for volunteering. And he said, now you'll have to wait till you're drafted. So that was when I was 17. I was just getting ready to come up on my 18th birthday. And the old boy said, you'll have to wait now that you're drafted. So I come back by the courthouse and registered that day for the Army. And the 10th day of April in 43, that's when they swore me in the Army.
You went to Ellis Island in New York, didn't you? And that's where you left the States?
Well, I left there from the old Statue of Liberty. And from there we went down through Panama. We got to Panama. They said, well, we're having engine trouble. And said, well, I have to take you guys out to the camp for a few days. So they took us out to a camp there at Panama. And I got a couple of passes or so to go down into Panama City. And we left there then and got up back on the same boat. We rode it from there to New Caledonia. Got off there at New Caledonia for about a week. And that's when they assigned us to the 18th General Hospital in Fiji Islands. So we spent about a year there in the Fiji Islands, and then broke the hospital down and moved from there to, we rode the next boat to Bombay, Indy. And we got off the boat there at Bombay, got on one of those old paddle wheel boats, and rode it a day and I think a day and a night. And then got on the Indian train and we headed on out for Aledo, Indy. And we spent about 8 days going across Indy on that old train. And we got there to Aledo. We was there about a year. And when we got to Aledo, we replaced all the guys that had been there from the time the war started up till up in 44. And we was in Aledo about a year. And then we went on up into Burma for about a year. And that's where I was at when the war was over. Was in Myitkyina, Burma. And from the time it was over till we left there, they trucked us back to Aledo, Indy. We waited about I guess a week or 10 days or so to fly from Aledo to Karachi, Pakistan. And when we got to Karachi, we laid there about a week waiting to get a boat to bring us back to New York. So when we got back to New York, why, that was on the 3rd day of January in 1946. And the 7th day of January, I had my discharge.
Where can you point to you in here in that picture?
You know, I think it's hard for me to pick them up, but I think I was right along in here somewhere.
We was at McDonald's one morning and Earl just brought out a little rabbit with long ears out of his shirt pocket. Tell him about that rabbit.
Oh, that little old rabbit was when we left these islands, we went to New Zealand and Australia. When we got there to New Zealand, we got off the boat, marched up through town, and they give everybody on that boat a little ivory rabbit. I've still got mine. I've had it ever since '44. Well, we didn't see a whole lot. We was there in that hospital about all the time. And I worked on the ration truck a lot, going in town to get rations, but I didn't win the war by myself. I'll tell you for sure.
I remember going aboard aircraft carrier heading back across the Pacific one time, and we had a brand new commanding officer, and we just went aboard a ship whenever we were deployed to go to Vietnam, so we wasn't part of the ship's company. So we were just meeting a new commanding officer, and he got up there to greet everybody. He said, I know a lot of you don't know me, and I don't know you. And he said, we all got different jobs. He said, some of you may think you're not very important. Some of you may work down in the scullery, you know, and wash trays or clean a compartment or whatever, but he says, no matter what your job is, it's just as important as being the commanding officer, because he said, I got to eat too. And he says, we all depend on each other. So it makes no difference what your job is. When a man goes to the military and signs to join up, he don't know where he's going to end up, what he's going to do. They have classification. They figure out where your talent is and where they need you. But once you dedicate your life, you know, that's all a man's expected. That's a matter of being a patriot, you know.
Trucks and SUVs, that's what we're known for. We have it all, but we're also Ozark's largest truck and SUV dealer for a reason.
I keep coming back to Dennis Hanks because they have good servers, they have friendly salesmen, and the price is right.
Our philosophy is you get what you want, and we make the process easy. That's why people keep coming back and sending their friends and their family. Every dealer has the same deals, so go where you're treated the way you want to be treated. Visit Dennis Hanks Chevrolet in Ozark, where you'd send a friend.